In order to manage the connection between globcon and HCONTROL.8, you have to first make sure that the glue, the software which is controlling the HControl, is installed and correctly configured. Open Preferences under Settings and check if the glue application is already installed and properly communicated to globcon. If that is not the case, you just have to click here to download the latest glue version. Download glue for the operating system you have and install it on your system. Follow the instruction to install glue in your system. You are now ready to define which is the path where the glue program can be found by globcon. In this case, it's going to be under Applications and Glue, and then you confirm. Once glue is there, you can activate the HControl, and you of course have to activate also the globcon controller. Once you press on Apply, the glue software is started and the server for the globcon control is started. So double checking now the setting and the preference once again, glue is detected connected and is also showing the version which is running. Once connected via USB and powered on, we are ready to control our HCONTROL.8. Selecting a bunch of channels, for example input flex channels, opening the remote controller mapping, you can drag and drop and select channels on the go. This is, for example, flex A, and this is flex B. If we go back to the Prodigy, we can see that now selecting the layer A, we have the control of the first channels. Select the layer B, we have the control with solo, mute, and anything available there. Let's select a bunch of groups here, for example, those groups and the PA group. Going back to the mapping, select and select groups. Now we have the groups layer available there. So if we show the groups here, we can see that now we are controlling the groups. A nice feature is that you can create several layouts in globcon. For example, we want to have a layout with just the first 8 faders. Create floating objects, close this down, put those into a layout, just to make an example. Let's call it layout number 1. Close down everything, create a second layout for the second bunch of channels, creating floating objects. This is going to be the layout number 2. Let's put it here just to have a visual difference. Layout number 2. Let's close everything down. Let's create a third layout with the groups, for example, where we have all the groups, right? Creating floating objects. Okay. Maybe this one is the last one. And then this is going to be layout number 3. Now, if we go to the layout page and select the layout trigger, we can link the behavior of the layout recall to the selection of the relevant layer inside of HControl. So now, if we press layer 1, the layout number 1 will be recalled, and then therefore we have under control those faders. If we select the second layer, the second layout will be automatically recalled, and if you select the third layer will be recalling layout number 3. Let's now make another example. Let's create the assignment of the main 4 matrices. Going to the map assign, select, those are our matrices. If we select now the matrices, we can see that matrix selection, we can spill the content of the main matrix, shift spill, and we have under control the first 8 faders. Then we can select next to select next 8 channels, and then we can return to exit the spill and having the control of the main faders. We can also assign snapshots recall to specific function buttons. Easy. Select the snapshot, select the trigger, assign to remote controller number 1, boom. You see that the name of the snapshot appears assigned to the first function buttons. Okay, keep going on. I did another one. U2, assign, remote control, controller number 1, 2, U2. Now, if we recall the group, we see the groups, and then if we recall the second snapshot, you see that the snapshot will be automatically triggered. H control is automatically assigned to the first controller, so just use controller number 1. If you want, you can rename it with HCONTROL.8. When you save your project, everything is saved together with the configuration, so next time you connect your HControl, open the globcon software project, and then you will find whatever you have programmed before. Enjoy HCONTROL.8 from DirectOut.